Welcome back. So now you're an experienced recruiter and you get lots of job requirements from your account managers and from your clients. What do you do first when you get a job requirement? First thing you have to understand is who is the client. Is the client a big company, a small company, or a startup? You need to understand the culture of that client. Then the second important thing is the client location. Where is this client located? Where this candidate will be working from. Just do not hold on to the city and state. Get the zip code because when we create a Boolean search, we always like to search based on the zip codes and certain mile radius from that zip code depending on if the public transportation is available or not. That's the reason you need to have a zip code and availability of public transportation. The client may have more than one location, more than one office, maybe in the same city or in a different city. For example, our client Bank of America has offices in New York and Charlotte, North Carolina, and sometimes the manager allows the candidates to work either from New York City or from Charlotte, North Carolina. Just make sure that you ask these questions to your account managers or to the client directly. It is also important that you know who this person is going to be reporting into. Who's the hiring manager? Did our company work with this hiring manager in the past? If we have worked with the hiring manager in the past, how easy or difficult is it to work with this hiring manager? What kind of skill set or soft skills this hiring manager is looking for? What kind of candidates this hiring manager likes or dislikes? What are the working hours? Is there any flexibility in timings of work? Does the client or our hiring manager allow the candidates to work from home? All this information becomes powerful tool for you when you speak to the candidate pitching this job. One most important thing you have to know with all this information is this job a full-time job? Is client hiring for this position or it's going to be a contract position? If it's a contract position, will the client be interested in converting this candidate into full-time at some point of time in the future? How was this client in the past? Have they converted some of your consultants to full-time employees? All that information would be really helpful again when you pitch to the candidate. If the position is exclusively full-time, that means the client wants to hire this person for full-time. Title becomes very important. What is the corporate title? The title might be different and corporate title could be vice president, senior president, associate, and all that different information helps us understand on what level this person is going to work at. What is the salary range the person is looking for or is going to be offered? Is there any flexibility in that salary if you find the perfect candidate? What are the additional benefits for this position from this client? What kind of medical plans do they have? What kind of dental insurance? What kind of vision insurance? Do they have a childcare facility? Do they reimburse for further education? If there is a startup company, they probably have a stock options. What kind of bonus they have been offering in the past? If there is any sign-on bonus, is there any relocation expense reimbursement? Will the client do the H1 visa sponsorship? If they do H1, will they file for green card or not? So, those are the information needed for a full-time position. When you have a contract or contract to hire position, the most important information is what is the duration of the contract and what are the hourly or daily rates. If there is a daily rate, make sure that you understand it's all the hours worked and it's a professional day. If it's a daily rate, make sure that you understand that it's all the hours worked or it's a professional day. If the professional day rate means even if the person works for 8 to 10 hours, they get paid for only 8 hours. So this will impact the hourly rate the candidate would want the job title. As I said earlier, the corporate title is different than a job title. Job title could be a full stack developer, full stack architect, business analyst, project manager, and the corporate title could be vice president, senior vice president, associate, and all those kind of information. In either case, no matter what the job is, a full-time or a contract to hire, the most important thing you need to know is that what skills are the primary and must-have skills. So if it's a full-stack developer, do they want, more importantly, a back-end person with knowledge of Node.js and API, or is this a primary and just front-end? Full stack engineer position where the person has to know Angular, all this information will be very important for you to get a qualified candidate and who can pass the screening of the hiring manager. Good to have skills, like this could be an Angular position, but React might good to have skill. The position could be C#, but C#, its good to have skill could be SQL Server, store procedure development. So all this information will be required, and all this information will also be required for you to create a Boolean string so that you can actually go in search for this position, for this candidate into your applicant tracking system, or you can go to different resume portals to do that. If there are any educational requirements, any certification requirements, the client requires a bachelor degree and master's degree, a Cisco certification, AWS certification, anything like that. If it is mentioned in the job, please have that information available so that it becomes a little easy when you create your Boolean string, or when you go to your resume portal, or when you have to go to your applicant tracking system. All this information becomes very useful not only for you to search the candidates, but also to shortlist the candidates, qualify candidates, and prep them for the interview as well. I hope this explains how to dissect the job description before you jump on. Working on any position, try to capture this information, whether it's coming from your account manager or it's coming from a client. I hope this helps. Thank you and good luck.